Welcome back to another episode of Tip It In. This is where I go over my tips for the previous round, go over my tips for the new round, show you the ladder on who's leading the close to 1,000 strong competition. Let's get into it. So, looking at the ladder, we have Dimmy_Papa leading the way. A perfect round, 9, which is crazy, which means that they tipped Richmond to win. So for a total score of 10, so there's 3 people. So Dimmy_Papa, A2 Good For You, and Jero1036 are all on 10, but they're separated by margin, with Dimmy the closest margin at 5. And then how many perfect rounds did we get? There was only 2 people that tipped a perfect round last week for round 1. Dimmy_Papa and Josh Batty. So congratulations, guys. That's absolutely huge. So for my tips last week, I scored a 7 out of 9. You can see straight off the bat there that I tipped Carlton, of course, and I tipped Fremantle. I really thought Fremantle, they were my lock for the week on Footy Abroad. I really thought they were going to run over the top of Geelong over there. Geelong to kick 10 goals in that last quarter was absolutely insane. But a little bit more on these games. Yeah, I tipped Carlton by 64 points. They lose by 13. I was 77 points off. So that's really going to stuff up my tipping at the end of the season. I've got to make up 77 points, which is no good at all. You know, classic Carlton letting me down. I was happy for the loss though, and congrats to the Richmond Tigers. That was absolutely huge. Hawthorn, that was a really good game. Yeah, we talked about Fremantle. Brisbane Lions, I was shitting myself. I was like, oh my God, Sydney are going to win, and then I'm going to lose at least 3 tips so far. The Western Bulldogs, Collingwood, I said by 30 points, Collingwood by 90. Adelaide, the Giants were another one. I was kind of happy that Melbourne were sort of beating them. The Giants do have the wood over Melbourne now it's the last 3 times at the MCG. But that was a really, really good game. Lockie Keefe scoring the winner. And then Gold Coast beating the Eagles by their biggest ever winning margin. So it could be good things. Could be good things on the Gold Coast. All right, so now we're going to tip round 2. Oh, Carlton got 2 Thursday night games in a row. That's unfortunate. All right, so Carlton Hawthorn. The Hawks come off a really good win against Essendon. They're on a 2-win streak. They beat Sydney in the opening round. Carlton are going to want to give everything that they can to rectify an embarrassing loss against the Tigers. I don't know if Charlie Curno's playing. That does change things a little bit if Curno is playing. But this could go 2 ways. Carlton could try to rectify what they did last week and what sort of happened, and they can come out firing because they are a really proud club, kind of like what the Pies did with opening round. Or they just capitulate even further. And Hawthorn come out and smash them. So my tip here is going to be Hawthorn. And I'm going to tip Hawthorn by... I think I just really like what the Hawks are doing. I'm going to tip Hawthorn by 32 here. So going down, the next one we have the Pies and the Western Bulldogs. So this is Friday night, MCG. This will be the Western Bulldogs' 100th year celebration. I read somewhere that they're changing their name to Footscray for this game. So that's going to be actually really fun. I really like the Doggies. I've got my cousins Bulldog supporters. But after what we did to Port Adelaide, I just can't see us losing here. I think it'll be a close game. You got to remember, last year we were leading for a long, long time. And then the Bulldogs just ran over the top of us. No Bontempelli really helps us because he always eats us up. But I'll talk more about that in the match preview. So I'm going Collingwood here. I don't need a margin, but we'll just say 20-something points. Now, Essendon, Adelaide, where's that? At the MCG as well on this Saturday. Adelaide smashed St Kilda. I didn't see that coming. And Essendon put up a good fight against Hawthorn, but Hawthorn were too strong. At the MCG, what's the form guide say? So Adelaide, they've played some really, really close matches. Basing off the form of last week, I'm going to have to say Adelaide here. I just think they'll be too strong for the Bombers. Even though I like the Bombers. I like Kako. Yeah, Kako from Paco. Yeah, I like Kako. Port Adelaide, Richmond. Do I do it? Do I tip Richmond? Because Port Adelaide were absolutely shithouse. They were shocking. Um, do I do it? There's no way Richmond can win, right? Put Adelaide to lose by 91 points against us, go to Adelaide Oval, then lose to Richmond. Fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm tipping Richmond here. I'm tipping Richmond. Oh, Geelong St Kilda. Sorry, Jake. Sorry, Sammy. If you're watching this, which probably not, but if you're watching this, I apologise. For Geelong to do what they did to Fremantle, I cannot see them losing this game. St Kilda. Oof, this might be a hard watch. This might be an absolute hard watch. Um, Brisbane Lions over West Coast Eagles. You don't really have to talk much about that one. North Melbourne and Melbourne. That's going to be an interesting game. I do think Melbourne are going to win, but North Melbourne, the Roos did put up a really good fight against the Western Bulldogs last weekend. They were, a little bit off here and there, and that was ultimately their downfall. But I can't see Melbourne losing. They named 6 debutants, which was, I think I read that it was the most debutants named in a match besides expansion clubs, disregarding them, since 1995 or something like that. And they go on and nearly beat the Giants if it wasn't for a Lockie Keith goal with a minute left. So at Marvel, I can't see Melbourne losing this one either, but it will be, I think it'll be closer than a lot of people think, especially 92-8. I think it'll be a lot closer than that. What's that compared to the Richmond? 80-20. Shit. All right. And the last one, Fremantle, Sydney Swans at Optus Stadium. See, there's a lot of teams that are trying to redeem themselves from round one. Both of these teams are like that. Fremantle after just, oh God, just Geelong absolutely mauling them. 10 goals in the last quarter is insane. After Fremantle started coming a little bit closer when Reid kicked those 4 goals in a quarter. And then Sydney Swans have lost their opening 2 games. So they're going to want to show something. But I think the Optus Stadium advantage gives Fremantle a little bit of that edge. And we've already got buys this week. I forgot about that. Gold Coast and the Giants have a bye. So that's who I'm tipping. I think if I can get another 7 here, I'd be happy. If I can get an 8, I'd be even happier. I don't think a 9 is going to be possible because I think there's going to be some teams that trip me up, especially this Richmond Port Adelaide one. But I am definitely happy with that. Last time I forgot to submit my tips. So how do I submit tips? Done. And there we go. They are my tips for round 2. Actually, where do I sit in my own competition? Let's see that. Swoop tipping. Swoop Luke. 373rd out of, I think there's 950. 943. So I'm 1/3 in the top 1/3 bracket. I'm happy with that. I'll take that. But look, guys, I got the Swoop hoodie on. It's getting a little bit colder now, so got the hoodie. There's only a few left. There's probably 12 or so left. The black ones are really nice. There's probably about 15, 18 hats left as well. There's t-shirts left. So buy the merch is the best way to support this channel. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double checkers. I'll swoop you later.